Welcome back to Animatic TV. In today's video, you're about to learn a lazy boy who was actually quite smart and he worked harder and beat their laziness. Once upon a time, in a village, there lived a boy named John. He was known throughout the village as the laziest boy in town. While everyone else helped their families with daily chores, John preferred to lie under the shade of a tree, watching clouds drift by. John's father, a hardworking farmer, worried about his son's laziness. He often thought, what will John do when I am no longer able to work? Will he be able to take care of himself? Despite his concerns, John always found clever ways to finish his tasks without putting in much effort. One day, John's father fell ill. He could no longer tend to the fields, so John was given the responsibility of taking care of the crops. Reluctantly, John went out each day to water and tend to the plants, but he was not used to the hard work, and soon the crops started to wither. John felt helpless. Sitting alone in the field one evening, he realized that his laziness had left him unprepared for this moment. The next morning, John heard some exciting news in the village. A traveling merchant announced that the king had organized a competition with a grand prize of gold coins for the winner. John immediately thought, if I win, I can help my family and save the crops. Without much thought, John signed up for the competition. The villagers laughed. John, competing? He's too lazy to win, they teased. But John was determined. He packed his things and left for the competition. When John arrived at the palace, he saw that many strong and athletic men had also entered the competition. John began to doubt himself. How can I, of all people, win this? He wondered. The first challenge was announced, a race through a forest. The path was long and difficult, filled with obstacles like fallen trees and thorny bushes. When the race began, all the contestants ran off at top speed, eager to win. John, however, was not fast. As he lagged behind, he thought to himself, I can't win by running, but maybe there's another way. He stopped for a moment to observe the path ahead. Then, an idea struck him. Instead of running through the thick forest, John noticed a stream running alongside the path. Why struggle through the woods when I can follow the water? He thought. He quickly built a small raft from fallen branches and began paddling down the stream. While the other contestants were slowed down by the obstacles, John's raft glided smoothly along the water. By the time the race was over, John had come in second place. The crowd was amazed, and some even began to see John in a new light. The next day, the final challenge was revealed. Each contestant was given a large stone, and the task was to push the stone across a long, uphill road to the finish line. The other contestants immediately began pushing their stones with all their strength, struggling under the weight. But John, instead of pushing, sat down to think. I don't have the strength to push this stone, but maybe there's another way. Suddenly, an idea came to him. He took a small hammer that was provided and started chiseling away at the stone, shaping it into a large, round ball. After some time, the heavy stone had transformed into a smooth, rolling ball. While the others continued to struggle with their stones, John easily rolled his stone up the hill. To everyone's surprise, John was the first to cross the finish line. The crowd erupted in cheers. No one had expected the laziest boy in the village to win, but John had outsmarted his opponents, proving that even someone who was once lazy could succeed with the right motivation and clever thinking. John returned home with the gold, and his family's crops were saved. More importantly, John learned that while he might have been lazy in the past, hard work combined with intelligence could lead to great success. From that day on, John was no longer known as the lazy boy but as the clever young man who always found a way to get things done. The lesson: sometimes it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. And with the right motivation, anyone can overcome their laziness. This is Animatic TV Stories. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed.